Welcome to 1836 as we step into the shoes of Portugal in Victoria Free. Just a few decades ago, Portugal stood as one of the world's greatest empires, reaching its peak in the early 19th century. The decline began with the loss of Brazil, Portugal's largest and wealthiest colony, which declared independence in 1822 after years of political tension. Now, in 1836, we will be trying to reclaim Portugal's former glory. We will be focusing on colonization, targeting regions in Africa, Persia, and most importantly, South America. Let's go. It's been a while since my last Victoria Free video and I've decided to play Portugal. Now our biggest issue as Portugal in early game is pretty much our money. We're losing 3,000 ducats or whatever you call them in Victoria Free pounds. And we start with just one measly construction sector in Extremadura. So to fix our starting issues, what we're going to do is reform our government and we're going to invite petite bourgeoisie in here. And now we can actually go ahead and pass some good laws. If we can get per capita taxation, this will improve our income by 10,000, so it's pretty much will solve most of our problems. So let's go ahead and do this. Now also let's go ahead and switch up some production method. We can go with cargo port, sawmills, fishing trawlers, and for the government administration we can select secular administration so we don't have any clergymen. Now it's time to do our research. So we start with very basic research, not that much unlocked from the beginning. We don't have lathe, we don't have stock exchange, which we're going to open with. Then let's go with banking, as this is going to give us plus 10% minting and loan interest rate minus 2%, and we're going to stack this further with central banking. Let's do lathe into atmospheric engine and then water tube boiler, and let's set up some production. So we're going to get the road maintenance and promote social mobility edicts in the province of Alentejo, and we're going to queue up a couple of logging camps first. And we start with 7 ships, so I'm actually going to recruit a couple more light ships in this province as well. Let's get like 5 of these. This will help with our naval invasions. As to have 100% efficiency with the invasions, we need to have equal amount of ships with our units. Speaking of our units, we're gonna make one army and we're gonna move all of these guys to Africa, where we will start our first conquest. We started with quite a few colonies all across Africa. We have establishments in India, Portuguese Sunda Islands, and we also have this tiny province of Macau in China. And in today's video we will be expanding a lot in Africa. We will go for South American dominance, so this will also be our declared interest. We're gonna go for Brazil, let's go for Zanj, and let's start establishing colonies wherever it is possible for us to do. We can do 12 colonies at once here, which is pretty insane compared to EU4. If you were to establish 11 colonies at once, you would go bankrupt very shortly. Okay, so because we're gonna do some conquests, we're gonna generate infamy, which is basically the aggressive expansion in EU4. And to reduce that, we need infamy decay and we need high influence. So we're gonna get that by declaring some rivalries. Let's go with Belgium, Orange, Transvaal, and later on we can also do the Netherlands. For now it's going to be okay. Let's improve relations with great powers such as Spain, France as well, and we can do Austria. We start with this amazing trade agreement and defensive pact with Great Britain, so for now they're going to be pretty much our best buddies. We're going to be importing a lot of needed stuff from them as well, such as wood, because this doesn't cost us bureaucracy points when we have a trade agreement. And for now, for grain, let's establish encourage export so we can get the corn laws going on. Let's see what we can do with our consumption taxes. So right now we have this tax on coffee. It doesn't give us that much money. For example, liquor gives like 3 times of that, so let's remove this one actually, and let's go with services. We're gonna keep 200 authority because we're gonna use it to bolster one of the movements. We're actually waiting for a specific movement right now. Let's also import some tools. Let's import some small arms from Qing. I believe we're set. Let's go for our first conquest, and it's going to be Gaza. Conquer state, nobody's protecting them, so we're going to mobilize our army and move them over here. Here we go, we have the corn laws, so what we can do now is set this back, and we're going to import some grain from Qing as well, and Britain. You know, we're losing way too much money right now, so I think what we will do is lower our government wages, and we will potentially even increase our taxation to high taxes. But for now, let's try and keep this at medium, because this way we have over 50 legitimacy, and this means we don't get the debuff with plus 50% enactment time for our laws, and we really want to pass this first law as quick as possible. Oh, that's super good. We went into the consideration stage straight away. That is amazing. Hopefully it's gonna keep up this way. 2 arms, boys. This is going to take like a day or two. It's super easy. Free real estate in Africa. And we're going to continue expanding as long as we can, as long as we're not stopped by anybody. We can go for transval. Nobody is going to join. And once again, rinse and repeat. Do the same and take their lands, because this is going to be super, super rich lands full of resources, iron mines, logging camps, coal mines, and even gold. Actually based start. Let's go. Plus 20% enactment success chance. And a grain of power is gonna give us 40% political strength of aristocrats and more loyalists, which is great. Now we just need the liberal movement, and to get the market liberal. Here's another province. That's awesome. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, boys. Destroy everybody. We need some new rivalries apparently, because we have very low influence. So okay, there's a bunch of new nations. Let's go with pretty much all the Italian boys, as we don't care about them, they don't care about us. It's just free influence. And I suppose we can do the Netherlands and Dutch East Indies now. Portuguese-British Union offers an opportunity. Okay, let's see what we need to do here. We need to get an alliance with Great Britain. I would love to do that, and we can actually get it right away without even offering an obligation. There we go. Now hopefully this is gonna give us the first 33% and additional chance. Hopefully. Yes, it did. Actually did. Oh my god. This is great. I'm loving this. Yes, we finally have the character that we need. He supports the liberal movement. Now what this means, we can make this guy a leader of the landowners, but first the interest group needs to be pressured, and his interest group is the liberal movement. So we want to bolster this. We're going to spend 200 authority points on that. And shortly we will be able to make him a leader. And this will allow us to get some amazing laws passed much faster. We can actually go ahead and make some new colonies over here in Northern Cape. And let's go after pretty much the last nation here, Zulu. If you guys know Zulu in EU4, they have that magnificent red color, and here they have like this, I don't know man, bland pink. It doesn't really fit them. And a fun thing about them is that they pretty much have the same flag as Lithuania. What the hell, man? You copied us, you bastards. You must suffer for that. We should be able to beat him with 21k. We actually can get another unit in. Let's make him join our main army. And we actually got the stock exchange now, so we're going to save some bureaucracy points as we use 25% less for trade routes. Speaking of trade, maybe we can import some other stuff. Yeah, let's get some clippers. Not gonna lie, would it be super awesome to establish even more trade agreements with nations like Spain. If we could do that with France, would be awesome, but it doesn't seem likely right now. Okay, we have the per capita taxation. That is fantastic. We can grant leadership, and we now have this market liberal, so our legitimacy is greatly increased. So we can actually go ahead and establish high taxes now. We're going to get rid of this credit that we have, and we can start building some good stuff. Let's go and get our first construction sector here. Let's also queue up some tooling workshops. For now, one will do. And we can queue up like 4 logging camps in Estremadura as well. You know what? I will also put 2 government administration buildings to the top of the queue, and we're building this in the state of Beira because this is the state where we're using up most of our taxation capacity. So this way we ensure that we won't be losing additional money later on. Okay guys, for our second law, let's see what we can get. Laissez-faire is possible, and we're not going to upset the rural folk too much, so actually let's go for it. This is going to be our massive money maker with a minus 25% loan interest rate, and this will allow us to establish our first company. We're going to go for the Colonial one. As we're getting these government administration buildings, we're getting some bureaucracy, which we're going to use to integrate our states, starting with Lorenzo Marquez. And let's immediately follow it up with Transvaal. So we don't really need to bolster this anymore. How about instead we get some additional decrease? We can go for the social mobility, so we increase our literacy. We're at the 48th place in terms of literacy, so we're not really that literate of a nation. Guys, you need to read more books, man. Oh, that is mad annoying. If we were to declare a war on Uruguay, France would be joining. Why, bro? Why? Why would you do that, man? They're actually guaranteeing their independence. Oh god, this is bad. How the hell are we gonna do this now? I guess we can go for someone like Venezuela or Ecuador. Ecuador has 15 battalions in total, and Venezuela pretty much the same. Okay, we're gonna definitely need more ships for that, so we can invade with like 20 units at once. Well, that's not good. We have a Sofo national movement. So these are going to be some annoying rebels, but we will take care of them. We have our units over here, which is great. There's a couple of more production methods that we need to change. And I'm actually going to get like 1 or 2 coal mines so that we can establish gas streetlights. Yeah, let's get like 2 for now. And we can import some lead from the British. Okay, there we go. We have the uprising. We're gonna quickly take care of that. Get rid of this garbage, man. And we now have laissez-faire, so this is fantastic. I don't know about the company now, we still have some credit. Maybe let's first get rid of that. I'm actually going to up my taxes even more. And I would like to get a homesteading, so what if we get the rural folk in here? That's gonna make our government illegitimate, but we can for now remove the petite bourgeoisie from here, and that's gonna be still fine. 8%, we should be able to do that, right? The duel. Who's fighting here? This guy is the land reformer and this guy's moderate. Maybe we should stop him. Yeah, let's put this to an end. Kill these bastards, you stupid rebels, man. Leave us alone, bruh. Hey, there we go. We have this back, so we can once again continue incorporating. And let's get one more administrative building in here. Trade agreement with Austria. Hey, that's actually fantastic. Let's see what other stuff can we import from them. We can get some wood. Let's grab ourselves some tools as well. Paper, all the good stuff. Maybe we can export something. We have a surplus of dye, of fruit. Let's see what we can do with the dye. We can export them to the Austrians. Let's see. Nice consideration for homesteading with 8%. That's pretty damn good. Decent luck with the law so far, not gonna lie. Okay, these guys want us to pass protectionism. I'm not really interested in that, but we can definitely do racial segregation. What do we have currently? We have national supremacy. Okay, yes, we can certainly do that. Okay guys, we have some reserves now, so actually let's go ahead and establish our company. Colony growth speed plus 10%. Portuguese plantations in Mozambique. Let's go. This costs 500,000. Lobby opportunity. Establish defensive pact with Spain. Sure, let's go. That's another great alliance for us. I think I'm gonna build like one furniture manufactory and one textile manufactory in each of our states, so that we basically ensure our pups have the basic necessities. And of course we will need some more food. Okay, well, we're still getting ready for the wars with South Americans. Let's maybe do Oman or maybe even Mara. So I'm going to declare an interest here instead of Gran Colombia. For now, let's go with Arabia. We're absolutely good to go. Easy invasion. Okay, we got the province, that's amazing. And now we can actually make Oman a protectorate. Hopefully no shenanigans will happen. France, stay the hell away from me, bro. Stay the hell away. Also, one thing to keep in mind is that after we annexed the nation, we actually inherited their trade routes, so we're losing way more bureaucracy. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel some of these. It's time to split our units. So half is gonna stay here in Oman, and the other half is going to Zanzibar. No way, they have all of their soldiers here. What are you doing, man? You guys can actually come back in such a case. Beat 'em up, boys. Beat 'em up. Don't you love the smell of Oman dying in the morning? Okay, here we go. We have our protectorate. That's great. Let's actually upgrade some of our units. We have some irregular infantry. Nice, we actually got racial segregation. Amazing. All the laws have been flawless. Now, could we get total separation? There's only 9%, but this would increase our acceptance of various religious people so much more. Or we can also finally move away from mercantilism and go with free trade. Not only this is going to save us bureaucracy, but also this works with the foreign laws and we will be getting a ton of loyalists. Yeah, I think I will prioritize this first, as the chance to enact this is also super high. Yo, this is absolutely insane. Persia has launched a diplomatic play on us and they want us to return the states held by Oman. Are you kidding me, bro? I'm actually going to sway Great Britain to help me out. Wonder how they're going to respond to that. This is our gateway to expand into Persia and get some of that juicy opium, know what I'm saying? So, okay, before they back down, let's get some war goals and make them our primary war goals. Dude, we could make them a protectorate. That would be pretty insane. But I don't know if we would be able to like hold them down because they're such a huge nation. I don't think I would be going for that. What do they have like in their states? They have some iron mines here, logging camps, sulfur mines, and a ton of opium plantations in every single state. Like the state of Fars is pretty much a gold mine when it comes to opium. There's a ton of dye plantations in Isfahan and I guess in Fars as well. Okay, so we made 3 of their states as our primary demands. Let's see what's going to happen until we reach 79 escalation. Okay, they're not backing down, so yeah, that's it. We're gonna have to fight it out. Hopefully Great Britain is gonna come over shortly. Let's also set the military wages to the maximum for that additional morale recovery. And for now, increase our taxation. Oh crap, the Brits arrived, let's go. We now have free trade and we have completed the corn laws. Now guys, look at that. Let the grain trade begin. 10% of laborers and peasants become loyalists. We have 356,000 and this immediately goes up to 900,000. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now let's go for total separation and let's establish more colonies. We have Togo colony and Niger Delta. And let's go for central banking. Let's do postal savings as well. Modern sewerage. We're not getting total separation, are we? Yeah, that's not the best thing that could have happened. Right, Argentina, only 7 battalions right now. Maybe it's time for another protectorate, but then Chile would maybe even join for that. Let's see what we can do about it. If they join, maybe we can invite someone. Chile did not join so far, 79 escalation. Let's get a direct establishment here. I'm gonna conquer one of the states, make this a primary, get some war operations. Let's go. We got 20 ships by now, so we're gonna do a naval invasion with 20 units. To arms, boys, and let's invade Argentina. Since we cannot do Uruguay as it's still protected by France. I swear to God, if we somehow lose this invasion. I'm not great with naval invasions in this game. Like, these nations usually beat me up even if I have more units. Well, so far this is looking decent. Looks like we had enough soldiers to beat them up. Yeah, we're draining them out nicely and we landed. That's it, boys. They're done for now. Oh, you done messed up, son. We might need to split our units in 2 separate formations now though. Yeah, so let's just quickly split them up. Nice, there we go. We conquered one of the provinces, we made them a protectorate and got war reps as well. So this is our second protectorate and we finally have an establishment in South America. Chile is next, they're going down. Once again, we're gonna take one province and we're gonna make them a protectorate. Oh, they be going down. Hopefully we can win this battle, right? So far so good. 21 and they're demolished. That's amazing. We also have total separation. I'm loving this. But we did lose a ton of authority. So now either we get rid of some taxation. Actually, liquor is not giving us that much cash. It's tobacco now and opium really where the money is at. And I suppose we can cancel out one of the promote social mobility decrees. And I had this resource decree for some reason here. I'm gonna get rid of that as well. Let's fix our taxes. Let's get services back in. Remove one more thingy here. And we can tax opium. I have increased our construction sectors a tiny bit, so we have at least a few of those now. And this was once again a big W for us. We have access to Peru, Bolivia. How many units they got? They have, oh crap, they have 31 battalions. Okay, and they're kind of a bodyguards here because we would not be able to declare on Ecuador without them intervening. I'm actually going to declare some new rivalries now. Let's rival Brazil. Basically, let's just rival everybody in South America. We despise them, we want to conquer them. And we have 51 infamy now, so I guess we can chill for a bit and later on we can go for either Peru, Bolivia, or maybe start expanding into Brazil with hopefully the help of the British. And in the meantime, we also established the trade agreement with France. So let's see what else we could now import. Actually, let's get a lot of grain from Qing. This will solve our grain problems. And France can give us some furniture. I suppose we can try and go for cultural exclusion next for our law. And it's time, guys. Let's make another construction sector. Chile is colonizing, that's great, they're basically expanding our domain. Whoa, the Ottomans are not kidding. They have support of Spain and they're fighting Egypt and Austrians. I'm not sure who is usually winning these types of wars in Victoria Free when it comes to the AI, so I'm interested to see what's gonna happen here. Guys, we have a little bit of bureaucracy points left. How about we continue integrating our states? We have already integrated Transvaal and Restad. We actually have some gold mines that we can get. I'm gonna queue these up as well. We haven't integrated the Sunda Islands yet. We are integrating Gujarat. I suppose we actually have everything else integrated. Okay, that's fine. Let's go for another war in Africa then. We can declare one on Congo. Cong around and find out, son. Oh yeah, there's now 5 gold fields in Restad. Now this is gonna give us some good money. And we also at the same time unlocked central banking for that additional 10% minting and loan interest rate reduction. Do these 5 gold fields give us 3,000 balance weekly? Alone, Lower Congo is ours. There we go. And because we have some iron now, actually I think we're confident to switch over to iron frame buildings now. So let's see what we're gonna need. We're gonna need way more iron, and we're gonna need a little bit more tools. How's the infrastructure here? So we're using 22 out of 25. We don't wanna probably build too much, but we can certainly get a few more iron mines up in here. We can actually go ahead and decrease the autonomy of our subject Oman, so there we go. And I really love this about Victoria Free. Once you reduce the subject to a puppet, they actually have your color. So Oman has this amazing blue color now. Hey Persia, what do you think? Maybe you should go for round 2 and give us more provinces. I think I will be the initiator next time. 10% admin chance for cultural exclusion, or we can choose 20 prestige. We're currently a major power and in the 8th place, so I think we're pretty secure. Let's go for the chance. And okay, it's time to finally get these furniture manufacturers and textile mills built. I actually don't need wood that much, so I'm going to cancel a few of these logging camps for now. And we're going to prioritize the gold mines. Dude, our market access in Alentejo is absolutely screwed. 84%. So actually, let's go ahead and get a couple of those in. And also we can switch up some production methods. I haven't done this yet. Condensing engine pump everywhere in all of our mines. Sulfite pulping for the paper mills. Water tube boiler. And steel tools. Now we will need steel for this, so maybe let's wait on that for now. We actually don't have any steel mills right now. We're making way too much money. It's definitely time to also build a couple more construction sectors. And we're on medium taxation. We basically have everything on medium. I'm also gonna set the government wages now. Right now in the government we have industrialists and intelligentsia. 66 legitimacy is absolutely great. Okay, interesting. So French Republic has proposed a transfer of states. They're gonna give us the entire state of Senegal for our Portuguese Ivory Coast. For comparison, look at this. Our Portuguese Ivory Coast has 26,000 population and we just started incorporating it. And Senegal has 350,000. This has a lot of sulfur mines, iron mines, a ton of plantations, while Ivory Coast of ours is this tiny establishment with barely anything in here. So this is a no-brainer. Yes, please. Such a good province right here. Cultural exclusion, that's right, let's go. So if we look into our society now, we pretty much don't have any pops in violent hostility status. There is a lot in cultural erasure, 64%, but this should be going down now. And actually only 27% of our pops are fully accepted so far. But hopefully we're gonna move them up to second-class citizens and full acceptance soon. Now with all of this done, guys, it's time to get some proper schools up in here. We have religious schools right now and we can try and switch this up to public schools, and if this will fail then we will go for at least the private ones. Large numbers of Estonian people have begun migrating from the Baltic governorates to Portuguese Buenos Aires. You are most welcome, my Baltic brothers. Dude, I wish I was good enough in Victoria Free so that I could play Baltic governorates. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. And we have a gold rush. Okay, so let's get a 20% goldfields building throughput in Vristad for 2 years. This is massive money. Look, man, we're making 23,000 from minting alone. This can only mean that we're getting even more construction. We have intensive agriculture, so let's go ahead and enable our new production methods for all the farms. There we go, soil enriched farming. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, these guys want either no migration controls or wealth voting next. For wealth voting, we would have 71% chance and no migration 53. I actually would love to get no migration. Let's select that one. We have a massive population, so please migrate where we have places for you to work at. Awesome, we have public schools, so we actually have some institutions that we can upgrade. Let's make education level 2. And you know what, maybe it's time for us to also get some universities established. I'm gonna get at least 5 of these right now. Oh my goodness, Knights of Waves event in Macau. This is pretty much the EU4 Ming experience. A tsunami will add devastation to coastal states around the world close to the eruption. Indochina, Indonesia, South China all get 30% devastation. Japan and some other regions get 10% devastation, including Zanj, where we have establishments. Yeah, that kinda sucks. And we're doing a very quick diplomatic play versus Argentina. We're going to reduce their autonomy, so hopefully no animal is going to join this. Oh man, what is this now? Burning ashes. Look at this guy, he's just slab squatting in a rice field. Man, I love this artwork, this is amazing. This man doesn't know that he's a Slav, but he is. Okay, so what do we got here? 2,400 gov expenses for 5 years volcanic winter relief cost. But this is pretty much the exact same thing, isn't it? I'm gonna go for the, I guess, recommended option then. Okay, we should be able to handle Argentina pretty quick here. Our infamy is down to 20, so actually it's probably time for us to continue our expansion in South America. Did we just lose a general? Was it mid-fight? Seriously? Yeah, we need a new one. Maybe let's get this petite bourgeoisie guy with 25% morale recovery. That sounds pretty good. Gold has just been discovered in Transvaal. We have 5 more gold fields. That can only mean a ton of money. And thanks to us guys, Argentina now has a lovely map color. Minus 988 attitude towards us. So that's quite normal, isn't it? We should honestly be able to do the same with Chile. And they just accepted it, so that's even better. They really hate us. They have 80 liberty desire. And as I see, we can actually go ahead and annex Oman. Maybe we can do that later. Sindh would actually join. Now, is this a problem or is this fine if they have high liberty desire? Because if I'm thinking with my EU4 brain, then they can get supported by someone. I suppose we can reduce their subject payments to reduce the weekly liberty desire a little bit. And for now, we can also exempt them from service. It's not like they have like a huge army or something. Request to increase autonomy. Get out of here, son. I am playing like that. And Paraguay shall be ours shortly. There we go. Let me add another demand. But they actually have free... Is this actually free states? Oh no, that's the same province, just 2 separate claims. Okay, that makes sense. You did, son. You did. Nice. After this, we can actually establish 2 new colonies, Chaco and Alto Paraguay. And yes, guys, before we were actually planning to go with no migration controls, but I figured it's gonna be super hard to do it, so instead we went with census suffrage. Hopefully this is not gonna bite us back. What are we gonna lose for not going with this? If time runs out, we actually will get for 9 years decaying, minus 15 industrial interest group approval, so that's not great. But I was pretty much certain that we won't be getting that, so I think it's a decent trade-off. Peru, Bolivia sides with Ecuador. Love to see it. Argentina also sides, okay. And they immediately abandoned them. Now I'm gonna get Great Britain to help me out here. We're gonna go for way more war goals, and one of them will include Peru, Bolivia becoming our protectorate. And we also wanna conquer Pastaza state. So this is going to be our primary. We can also get the war epson, and we should be good. Great Britain sides with us. This is amazing. We're gonna have a half of South America after this war, boys. The British boys have arrived. We got this in the bag, son. Wait, no, we're losing. Where are they, man? Join us. Okay, we can actually establish our second company. Maybe let's go with the Alentejo metals. This is going to cost us 1 million, and we got more than that in reserves, so we're all good. Let's see what we can get for our next technology. So let's go with nitroglycerin, and then we want to finish everything up in here so we can go straight to dynamite and steam donkey. We already have researched quite a bit in the society tab, but mutual funds would be super amazing to have, so we're pretty much gonna have to get all of these done on the right side as well. I suppose we can just start with pharmaceuticals, go with psychiatry. Oh, the British boys have arrived now. Oh, they have arrived. And we're kicking butts. Hand it over, old man. This all belongs to us. There's a freaking uprising over here. Are you kidding me, bro? Okay, I'm gonna send over a few units. Okay, this garbage is taken care of. We already have Peru, Bolivia as our subject, and now it's time to invade Ecuador. Hopefully, this is going to be enough for 20 ships. But let's see, maybe the Brits will succeed in this. Nope, they got owned, and I'm pretty sure we also will get owned. Can we boost up our army somehow? Give them like some supplements or something? Max taxation. I'm not very confident here, but we also have minus 41% invasion efficiency, so we might want to reduce our army before doing this. Let's get rid of the irregular infantry that we have and artillery. I honestly think we will get owned here, but let's pray for the best. No, we're actually getting owned. Oh man, this is embarrassing. Ecuador is too OP, guys. Can we like get a couple of ships real quick? Maybe this will do the trick. Wow, this is great. For 5 years, we're getting construction sector building throughput plus 10%. We're just on our roll. We're making a lot of money. So please, more construction sectors. Britain finally launched a real invasion here, and I think they will be now successful. just as we were successful in getting our newest law established, such as suffrage. Let's try and go for rights of assembly next. Okay, there we go. We actually got it thanks to Great Britain. We were not able to do it ourselves, but I was gonna try again. We have 26 ships now after all. We might have been able to do that now. But I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Okay guys, it's time to get some more ports, especially in these locations where we don't have a construction efficiency debuff. Like for example, if we were to build one in Niger Delta, there's minus 32% debuff. And as we switch to the newest production methods, for government administration, it's standardized filing system, we get a ton of bureaucracy. So we went a bit overkill with the administration buildings, but we're not gonna let this go to waste. We're gonna grab level 3 law enforcement with minus 45% state penalties from turmoil, and there's actually a bunch of states that we can integrate, so we're gonna use this for that. And of course we can create more trade routes. We're gonna import all the stuff that we're lacking right now. The Spanish and the French are going to give us a lot of iron, and I would also like some tools from these guys. Let's go with nitroglycerin for our gold mines, and of course we're going to need explosives for that, so we're going to once again import them. Freedom of trade has been completed. Yeah, we don't really care about bureaucracy right now, so let's go with additional trade route competitiveness, which means we will be getting a larger share of access to the trade goods. Okay, Spain wishes to enter into trade agreement. Sure, buddy. I really don't mind that. More stuff for them for free without the cost of bureaucracy. And there's being rubber discovered everywhere right now. But of course, we will need a specific research until we can build these rubber plantations. Yeah, for example, in the state of Zambia, we have 6 rubber plantations, but we first need to get rubber mastication. Dude, I'm about to cancel right of assembly. It's just not going to work. Let's just get rid of that for now. Maybe we can get the elected bureaucrats. Once again, just for future purposes, because this reduces bureaucracy institution cost multiplier. So basically it's going to be more important when we have more institutions upgraded and when we have actual issues with bureaucracy. Joint stock companies have been unlocked, so we can have an additional company now. And what do we got here? Fertilizer plants, we got textile mills. We could get 10% more prestige, but I'm actually gonna go for this additional influence so that we can have more infamy decay. As we're pretty much maxed out on the rivalries here, we can do Belgium, and later on we can do Mexico once we have some issues here. Immediately we're up to 30% with elected bureaucrats, so I'm quite confident that we can pass this. Yeah, so looking into our society right now, we pretty much don't have any more cultural erasure pops with this status. A lot of them have been moved to open prejudice, and we're definitely increasing our full accepted pops as we went to 32%, and I believe the last time we checked it was 26 or something. Russia is now guaranteeing our independence. I mean, sure, why not? Protect us. Nah, you know, I think it's time to annex some of our subjects such as Chile because they're super disloyal. So hopefully no one's going to intervene, and if someone does, which it seems they do, we will be adding more war goals such as conquering Uruguay. Even Brazil joined this one. Alright, this one's going to be big. I think in this war we can completely destroy Brazil, so they're right now rank 9 major power, and what we can do is add a war goal for humiliation, this way reducing their prestige by 25%, so they will drop down and they will have a ton of issues in their nation. And once this goes up to 79, we will be adding some conquest goals too. Okay, so let's take out Uruguay finally. Where are you at, boy? There we go. Let's go with reduced autonomy on Peru, Bolivia as well. And that's about it. We cannot add anything else. We got the British boys once again supporting us, so that should be enough for us to handle the South Americans. I'm only going with one formation in Chile here. Hopefully it's not going to backfire on us, because I think if we split up, we will be... Maybe we can actually split up because Britain also has positioned multiple of their armies in different fronts. Let's see, maybe let's split this in half and cover at least 2 fronts ourselves. Yep, this is working out so far, and we unlocked a new law. Let's try no migration controls the second time. Brazil is occupying some of our states. That's pretty much unavoidable, is it? Okay, Argentina is out. Chile is annexed, which is amazing. Let's start incorporating all of these new states. You boys join up now, please, because we're going to move you over here. Oh crap, we have a supremacist movement. Yeah, maybe we're not gonna go with no migration controls. I'm going to cancel this crap. This is not going to work. Now this would be good. Now this would definitely be good. Guaranteed liberties is going to allow us to reduce radicals from political movements, reduce secession progression speed, but of course it's going to cost us bureaucracy as it's an institution that we will be unlocking. Nice, here we have it. We humiliated Brazil. So they're down to rank number 10. They're still a great power, but hopefully they're gonna drop down further. And Peru, Bolivia, we will be done with this. Hey, there we go. He's now a puppet, and this is absolutely beautiful. 1870, guys, this is hands down the best Portugal run I've had in Victoria Free. I haven't played this nation that many times. I played it like 2 times before just to get a grasp on how to do stuff. And this is actually a lot of fun. We conquered half of South America. We grew our GDP to 20 million. We're in the 9th place as GDP goes. And actually we surpassed Spain, which is pretty cool. 18 million population. We have 47% literacy, which we could increase. We haven't been building that many universities. But as far as buildings go, I think we're doing fine with the construction. We have 140 construction right now. And dude, we're getting so much more money from diplomatic pacts right now. We're getting 45,000 from minting. How many? Yeah, we have a lot of infrastructure here in Transvaal, so I'm actually going to queue up like 6 more construction sectors. Make sure to click the like button if you want to see more Victoria Free content. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Drop some tips for me as for a new player. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you all next time. Massive thanks to Tier 1 YouTube members Lex, MangyMinotaur, ScaldabagnoBlu, Kutay, and mickw. Tier 2 members Whale Biologist, Lazar, and RogueRhino, as well as Tier 1 Patreon supporters Lazar and Nikolas, Tier 2 supporter Bean Machine. I'm super thankful for your support.